I never tie knots directly on my thread, and neither should you. Instead, I'm going to teach you how to sew an anchor stitch. When you sew an anchor stitch, you're technically making a knot directly onto the fabric instead of on the thread. This is what the stars on all of the sewing cards represent, since paper is too fragile to sew them on. First, you're going to thread one end of your thread through the eye of your needle. A lot of you ask me how the thread stays on the needle if there isn't a knot to keep it in place, and the answer to this is when you pull the needle further down on your thread, the weight and tension help keep the thread from slipping out even without a knot. The more thread there is after the needle, the less likely it is to slip back out through the eye. Now, to sew an anchor stitch, you're going to grab a small bite of fabric. I aim for about 2 yarns or threads. Then pull your needle through until you have a small tail. Then you're going to pick up the same 2 yarns of your fabric with your needle and pull through until you have a small loop. Then you're going to thread your needle through the loop that forms and pull tightly. Then we're going to repeat this one more time to ensure that our anchor stitch is secure. So again, we're picking up 2 yarns with our needle and then threading it through the loop that forms. Do this at the beginning and end of your hand stitches instead of tying knots. Not only is it more secure, but it provides a finish that's a lot cleaner and lays flatter against the fabric. You can trim your tails quite close to the anchor stitch and they won't come undone. But you can also leave a little bit more room if you'd like the peace of mind. You can get this workbook through the TikTok shop, or you can also learn more in the link in my bio. As always, please let me know if you have any other sewing questions. Love you. Bye.